Alright, we're live now. Hello students, it's been Damisa Rufai Emmanuel, each coming us from Nigeria. Nigeria is a lot of fragrance. And Zetuya, I am by name Damisa Rufai Emmanuel, and I am a native English speaker and an intermediate German speaker. So I am a full stack web developer proficient in React and Django, and I'm here to guide you on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But before we come into this, first off, I would love to give a brief explanation of what a website is. Now, many of us are still finding it difficult to know the end-to-end process of a website, what a website actually entails. So I'm going to be breaking that into pieces with practical example. So let's dive straight in. Now, in context, I would say a website is an onion. Yes, you hear me clearly. A website is an onions. Now let's take a look at these onions. Now, if you take a look at these onions closely, you'll notice that if you peel up this first layer, you get to the second layer. If you peel up this second layer, you get to the third layer. Peel the third layer, you get to the fourth layer. Now, these layers put together make up a single onion. Same thing is applicable with websites. Pages come together to make up a website. They are just like pages of your textbook that make up a chemistry textbook, or pages of a textbook that make up a physics textbook. So same thing is applicable to websites. Web pages make up a website. Now, so let's do this real quick. I want you to imagine yourself. I want you to travel with me psychologically, and I want you to imagine yourself without a body. Yes, imagine yourself without a body, just skeletal system. You just have a skeletal system, you don't have a body. And I want you to still imagine yourself with a body and not a skeletal system. I believe your eyes will be chilling on your shoulders, and I believe your tummy will be rumbling all over the floor. Now, that is CSS. Now, when you imagine a body that doesn't have a skeletal system, that's beauty, one side, without structure. Then when you imagine a skeleton, a skeletal system without a body, that is structure. It talks about structure, because now I want you to imagine that I'm a skeleton and I don't have a body. My God, imagine how handsome I'm gonna look. Imagine how beautiful I'm gonna look. I mean, when everybody see me, they'll be like, wow, I guess. So that's HTML. It gives you structure, while CSS gives you beauty. So once you hear HTML and CSS, what should come to your mind is structure and beauty. Now, take a look at me. Imagine I don't have a body and I'm just a skeleton standing right here in front of you. When you see me, you see a hole here, you see another hole here. And what comes to your mind? You say, oh, this is a skeletal system. It doesn't have a body. It's plainly because you didn't see an eye here. You're expecting to see a sense organ called the eye. You're supposed to see a sense organ called the tongue. But you're not seeing those things. I mean, you're just seeing a main skeleton standing in front of you. You would even be frightened. I believe some of us here have never seen a human being skeleton before. Let's be honest with ourselves. So imagine you're seeing a skeleton standing in front of you. Imagine I'm a skeleton right now. You'll be frightened because my nose won't be here. My sense organs, my eye, my nose, my tongue, my ear, my skin won't be there. There'll be no feeling attached to it. So that is all about HTML and CSS. Now let's dive deep straight into JavaScript. What is JavaScript all about? Now I want you to imagine me again. Today we're going to be imagining a lot of things. I mean, we're going to be imagining a lot of things. So it clicks to you. I want you to imagine me standing right here in front of you with a body and a skeleton. Oh my God, I look so handsome, right? All right, now I want you to imagine that I don't have life. Of to what use am I? I don't have life, but I have body. I have structure, I have beauty, I have skeleton system, but I don't have life. So this is where JavaScript comes into play. Now I have skeletal system and I have body, but my sense organs are not working. I have organs, but my sense organs are not working. My nervous system is not functioning. That is where JavaScript come into play. Now let me take this back to the time that man was created. God created HTML. That's the bone of man. He created CSS. That's the body. And God was like, wow, this is in my own image. Man is so beautiful. But how can man worship me if man does not have life? And that is when God drew near to Adam and breathed into Adam. And that was the breath of JavaScript. And all of a sudden, the whole nervous system starts working. The sense organ start working. Man can see, man can smell, man can taste, man can hear, and man can feel. That's JavaScript. Now JavaScript makes your pages interactive. It gives life to your pages. Without JavaScript, there is no way your page is gonna be interactive. Users will just be staring at the beautiful page, but it can literally do nothing. So this is where JavaScript come into play. Alright, so this brings to an end the introduction to HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for today's class. Quick takeaway for you guys. HTML represents structure, CSS represents beauty, and JavaScript represents life. Remember, structure, beauty, and life. The three work hand in hand. They are interwoven together. Without this, you don't have an actual working website. So you need this to bring the website to life. All right. So this brings to an end to today's class on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So this is just the introduction to what is about to come your way. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that if I'm uploading new videos, I'll be dropping it on YouTube and be forwarding the link on WhatsApp. I think that will be much more easier for you guys to stream. And if you have any question, please feel free to ask. You have a mentor now, you have a guide. It's something I never had when I was learning HTML. In fact, I didn't start from HTML, I started from Django. So it's a mentor. It's something I actually never had for myself, which I'm offering to give to you guys. I'm offering to give you the roadmap and the guidelines. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Codeman. Codeman channel. Yes, if you search it on YouTube, you see it, Codeman channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and don't miss out my next class. I'll see you in class next week. Um, next week Monday. All right.